Hello, Sarah of SEK Handmade here, and today I'm so excited to share with you the gorgeous texture of a fabric I'm calling the large herringbone. Let's go! Here is our large herringbone fabric. It's a really beautiful and unique texture made with some pretty basic stitches, so let's check out how we build this beautiful fabric. All right, let's talk about what supplies you're going to need for this tutorial. You can pick any weight yarn. I have picked Wool Spun by Lion Brand. This is actually a discontinued yarn, but it's one of my favorites. It's a nice plush, bulky weight yarn. And then you'll just also need a matching hook. This can be whatever hook size you prefer to work with the weight of yarn that you're using. Remember, we're just practicing here, so this combination doesn't have to be perfect. All right, let's dive right into the large herringbone stitch pattern. We're going to start off by working our chains. So for the main stitch of the pattern, we're going to need a multiple of 2. So go ahead and decide how many multiples of 2 you want. I'm going to say you should at least have 10 chains for your multiple of 2, just to make sure you get enough practice of all the stitches so you can really see what the fabric looks like. In addition to the multiples of 2, we're also going to want to add 1 for our turning chain on our first row. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and chain 13. You can do that if you would like, or however many chains you decide will make a nice swatch for you. All right, now that I have my 13 chains, I'm ready to get started on my first row. You can work into your chain however you'd prefer. I like to work into the back bump of my chain. I'll be sure to link a video below so that if you'd like to learn how to do that, you can watch that tutorial. To get started, we're going to work a row of half double crochets, which means we're going to skip our first chain and work our half double crochets starting in the second chain from the hook. These are just your regular average half double crochet stitches here. So why don't you go ahead and work those down into your chain. Pause the video here and we'll meet back here once you have those worked. All right, I've worked my half double crochets all the way across in my chains and I'm ready for my second row. For my second row, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2. 1, 2, and then turn my work. Anytime I work crossed stitches, which is what we're going to do next, I like to leave a stitch on each end to kind of anchor my ends. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. We're going to be working a double crochet in the third loop of our half double crochets. So if you look at the top of your stitch, you've got your front loop, your back loop, and then hanging down here below is your third loop. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook from bottom to top through that third loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then complete a double crochet. Now we're going to start working a row of our front crossed double crochets. We're going to skip the next stitch and work a double crochet into the third loop of the next stitch. Then we're going to go back and find that third loop of the stitch we skipped. We're going to yarn over, insert through that third loop, and complete a double crochet. That is our first front crossed double crochet stitch. We're going to do that again. We're going to skip the next stitch, work a double crochet in the third loop of the next stitch, come back to the third loop of the skipped stitch, and work a double crochet in there. I have a couple more of those to do. Skip a stitch, work in the third loop of the next stitch, come back to my skipped third loop, work a double crochet in that stitch. Go ahead and pause this video here. Work your crossed double crochets until you get to the last stitch of your row, and we'll meet back here. All right, I've worked across my row and I have one stitch left. I'm going to work my anchor stitch in that last stitch of the row, which I'm simply going to work a double crochet. So I'm going to chain one and turn my work. You can see that working in the third loop has left that beautiful braid on the front. It's one of my favorite techniques. For our next row, we're going to be working half double crochets, but we're going to be working them in a specific manner to really open up these crossed stitches. The first thing we're going to do is half double crochet in our first stitch. Then we're going to go ahead and half double crochet between our stitches there, between our first stitch and our first crossed stitch. And then you're going to want to kind of open up your crossed stitches. We're going to go all the way down between our crossed stitches and work a half double crochet. So we're going to alternate going between the crossed double crochets and then in the center of the crossed double crochets. And we're going to do that across until we've gotten to the center of our last cross double crochet. So go ahead and work to the center of your last cross double crochet, and we'll talk about finishing up the row. All right, now we're not going to work a half double crochet in between our final cross double crochet and our final stitch, or that would add a stitch to our stitch pattern. So we definitely want to remember not to do that. Instead, I'm just going to work a half double crochet into my final stitch of my row, and that's what it looks like. Now we're ready for row number 4. And so to do that, we're going to work more crossed double crochets. This time they're going to be back crossed double crochets though, but we're going to start the same by chaining 2, turning our fabric around and working a double crochet in the third loop of our first stitch. Now, the back crossed double crochets are going to start in the same way. We're going to skip a stitch and work in the third loop of our next stitch. Being careful not to grab a little bit of your front loop there like I almost did. Now we're going to work a double crochet behind the double crochet we just made. So we're going to yarn over. I want you to kind of fold that double crochet down. You're probably going to want to hold this loop on your hook. It can be easy for it to slip off and end up with not having 3 loops on your hook as you're working this double crochet. So I've got 3 loops on my hook, and I'm going to work my double crochet. And you can see how that is now hanging out behind the first double crochet we made. So let's do that again. You're going to yarn over, you're going to skip the next third loop, work into the next one, work a double crochet, that's the easy part. We're going to yarn over, we're going to trap our loop with our finger, fold down. We want to keep our yarn kind of behind here so that it's not slipping off. We're going to find that third loop that we skipped hanging out right there. Grab our yarn, pull up a loop. We've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and we've got our second back crossed double crochet. Let's do that one more time. This one's a little more tricky. Skip our third loop, go to our next third loop, work a double crochet, yarn over, pull our work forward towards us so that we can find the third loop that we skipped. Grab our yarn, pull up a loop through that third loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Keep working your back crossed double crochets until you get to your last stitch, and we'll meet back here. All right, I'm to the end of my row, and just like before, we're going to work a double crochet in the third loop of our final stitch, to anchor both ends. Let's do one more row to talk about how we're going to place our half double crochets into these back crossed double crochets. For our next row, we're going to chain one, turn our work around, go ahead and work a half double crochet in your first stitch, and then we're going to place the rest of our half double crochets in the same way we did down here. So we're going to place a half double crochet between our first stitch and our first cross double crochet. And then we're going to place a stitch between our crossed double crochets. So it's going to feel a little different because the cross double crochets are crossed in the opposite direction. That's totally normal. So we're going to continue working between our crossed double crochet stitches and then in the center of our crossed double crochet stitches. So in between and then in the center. And sometimes I find it helps to kind of bring my hook around like that to work in between those stitches. And then you can continue all the way across in that manner. I just have one more to go here. I'm going to work between the double crochets of my last crossed stitch, and then I'm not going to work in between my last cross stitch and my final stitch to make sure that I keep my stitch count the same, and I'm just going to work a half double crochet in that last crossed stitch. Now, I want to show you how crossing the double crochets affects the fabric. Crossing all of them in the same direction in one row and then in the opposite direction in the other row means that we have lines that slant this way in this row and lines that slant this way in the next row. Alternating between those two slants gives that kind of large herringbone texture in between, and then it's surrounded by these beautiful braided third loop stitches. I hope you really love making this stitch pattern. Such a gorgeous, flexible stitch pattern that can be used in all sorts of beautiful patterns. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I would love it if you would like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any tutorials in the future. Be sure to check out the show notes below for important links related to this video. And until I see you next time, happy crafting!